Hello, welcome everybody. I wanted to start this off by saying one thing. I love One Piece. I really do. One Piece has quickly become one of my favorite pieces of literature, one of my favorite pieces of media that has ever been created, right? And it's funny because I'm one of those guys that does not like when other people tell me what to do, right? I don't like when other people give me suggestions for things, mostly because like I don't like having to owe anybody anything. From a very young age, I was told to be thankful for people who got me into things because I wouldn't be the person that I am now without those people. And I'm like, don't you take responsibility for me? I'm my own man. Shut up. I'm very spiteful when it comes to things like that. So I just didn't watch One Piece. I didn't read it for the longest time. I had a friend back in high school who was like, yo, well, not back in high school, we're still friends, but back in high school, he was like, bro, I'm gonna start reading One Piece. And I was like, good for you, I'm not gonna. And he did, and he told me a lot of stuff about it. And I was like, damn, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Sucks. I'm not gonna ever read it. I'm never gonna do it. And I didn't until earlier this year. There's a lot of stuff going around about how Gear 5 is coming out and how everybody in the power scaling community is gonna have to, like, I don't know, feel some kind of way about it. And there's a lot of preamble. Basically, Luffy does not have Toon Force. I said that, and somebody was like, you're stupid, and I was like, fuck you, I'm gonna just go ahead and watch all of One Piece, and then I'll give my correct argument on that. And I will, right on this channel, I will. You just wait. But getting through it, reading One Piece, watching One Piece, I'm on episode 600, and I'm like, I've watched over halfway through, and I still haven't made a video on this. And I want to make videos on One Piece because I love it so much. I want to talk about it. I'm hyper fixated on it. I want to be out there spreading the news about the gospel of One Piece. So here I am. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do right here. So I watch a lot of videos. I listen to a lot of people talk. I read a lot of articles, and a lot of people talk about like all the characters in One Piece. You know, making theories, doing all this stuff. And somebody who I just don't think gets enough love is Blackbeard, my boy, my man, the guy who has like 6 missing teeth. Just doesn't get enough love, and you know, I get it. I understand why, because Oda has crafted this character in such a way to say, look how gross and nasty and evil this man is, and people rightfully dislike him for those reasons, and I get it. He's a conniving, backstabbing, gross, a nasty, a dingy, a altogether low-life pirate man. And that's what I like about him, though. That's what I love about his character, right? Because like when you look at Blackbeard, when you see him, he is a pirate, right? Luffy, he's just a kid playing around in his dirty clothes that he has to put on after he gets out of his school clothes, right? He goes home and he puts on his play clothes. That's what he looks like. But Blackbeard, this man has always, since he got on screen the first time, been like, I'm a pirate, yar har fiddle dee dee. And I'm like, I love that. I love that for this man. I love that for this series, right? Because in the series, we have this idea of what a perfect pirate looks like in the One Piece universe, right? And that quintessential pirate would be Luffy, right? He's the most free man in the world. This is what we aspire to. This is what the pirates of the One Piece world should aspire to be. But in all reality, here in the Western culture, Blackbeard is already what pirates would have aspire to be. He already fits the aesthetic, like the way he looks, the way he acts, what he does. This man is a real pirate, and I love the dichotomy there. I love how he's such a perfect foil for Luffy. 2 sides of the same coin and all that shit. Everybody's like, Oda loves doing the 2 sides of the same coin deal, and they're not wrong. They're right. And Blackbeard is the best representation of that in the entire series because he's the other side of the coin for our main protagonist. And I love that. From the way that he dresses, let's talk about that. The first time we see Blackbeard, the first time we look at him, we lay eyes on him. We don't even know who he is. He's just this random looking dude. He looks gross. He looks like down on the dumps and just straight up nasty. Like this man should not have any love in the world. He's got this dingy dollar store bargain bin shirt on that looks like it hasn't been washed in weeks, chest out, all hairy and nasty, and these camo pants that look like he got it from the army surplus store after they closed down 6 months ago. Like, he's not looking good, right? So, and he's just out here having the time of his life, right? Who else does that? Luffy, right? He's just out here chilling. And I love the first time we meet him. It's the perfect dichotomy with him loving the food that he's eating and Luffy completely hating it. Right next to each other. And the way it's drawn in the manga is perfect, right? Line straight down the middle of the page. I think it's a 2-page spread. I don't know. I didn't read it. Here's a picture. He sits there, he tells Luffy, yo, dreams never die. Pirates' dreams never die. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Live your life. Do you. You do you. You do you, right? And then the next time we see him, right, he fights Ace and he's wearing new clothes, but he doesn't have the full drip yet, so I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about when he walks into Impel Down, right? Looking snazzy, looking fire, looking like he just stepped out of the store and was like, hey, yo, guys, look at me. I'm Blackbeard. I'm icy, right? And got this brand new coat on, new shirt, stained with the blood of his enemies, right? Rings on both hands, bracelets, necklaces. Like, this man's been plundering. This man's been looting and shooting, right? From the top to the bottom, this man's all new clothes, all iced out. What I really like, he's got his pirate hat, right? So he's like, look at me, I'm quintessential. This is me. I'm Blackbeard. I'm the guy. I'm that guy. I'm him, right? He got his black navy coat, which symbolizes, right? It symbolizes how he's the shadow of the Navy, like the dark side of the Navy, the dark side of that, because he's out here using the Navy's name to commit atrocities, right? Because he's a warlord, so he's a law-abiding pirate, right? So he's sanctioned by the law. So he wears his Navy jacket. It's in all black because he knows it's got to be in all black when you got the yami yami. You know it's got to be in all black. He wears it like he's a Navy admiral. You see all the way all these admirals wear their jacket. He's wearing it the same exact way. And he's got not one, not two, not three. Well, yes, three. He's got 3 blickies in his waistband, right? He's got 3 guns, like, chilling. And a lot of people talk about how 3 really means a lot to his character, the number 3. And I'm not going to get into that today because most of that is post-time skip. But we can talk about it later, probably. And what I love about that is that you keep seeing this man, because usually anime characters wear the same clothes all the time, right? But you keep seeing this man. Every time you see this man, he's evolving. He's wearing new clothes. He's showing you that he's on a journey. He's rising up the ranks after coming from nothing, right? And I love that. Like, you visually see it in his design, right? And you have the design of somebody like Luffy over here. Look, he's always wearing the same thing. They might change colors, you know, he might change the style slightly, but he's always wearing like a fucking vest and some shorts and some sandals. This man does not change for all 516 episodes, all of them. He does not change the way he looks, right? And I think even after the time skip, the most notable change is that he's got a big old scar on his chest. Good for him, right? Like, he's the same guy the whole time. And it works thematically, right? Because Luffy has had the same ideals, has had the same thoughts, the same mind since he left Romance Dawn, right? Since he left that arc, he's been the same character the whole time through. There's been no growth, there's been no change. He's been completely stagnant, and that's all it is. What Blackbeard has become more conniving, has been gathering more power, has just been getting grosser, probably lost more teeth because he's eaten so much. So it's like, I love the dichotomy there, 2 sides of the same coin and all that. And that's what I love about Luffy, is that he's never pretending, right? Luffy has been and will be the same guy the entire way through. He will be the guy that wants to be Pirate King until he becomes a Pirate King, and then he will just be Pirate King, right? And I love that. I love that for him. But Teach, this man be conniving, this man be plotting. He's always plotting, and he was pretending. And let's speak about pretending. This man was hiding out, chilling, relaxing for 26 years. 26 years. I'm 27. That's a long ass time, especially to me. For 26 years, this man was chilling, waiting for his time to shine, right? He had a plan, and he was damn well gonna make good on that plan. 26 years, this man chilled on Whitebeard's crew. Whitebeard never grew a beard in the entire time that he was there, and he was just vibing, ready, right? He could have went his whole entire life never ever seeing his fruit, bro, but he did. But he could have went the whole time without seeing it. This patience is insane. 26 years. That's older than Luffy is. Period, bro. That's older than most of the people on this man's crew. Except for like 2, right? Robin and the skeleton. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like, this man's patience is unmatched. And you know, that stacks up real nice with Luffy because, well, Luffy's patience is also unmatched, but in the opposite direction because he doesn't have any. This man's got negative patience. Every single time somebody has a plan, right? Every single time somebody has a plan to do anything at all, Luffy sits there for maybe, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 seconds and immediately goes off on his own, to the point where his crew starts planning around him running off immediately. I think that's exactly what happens in Endy's lobby. They're like, honestly, Luffy's not going to listen to our plan, so let's just go ahead and let him do what he has to do, and we'll go and do all the other stuff. And he was like, bet, and fucking leaves. Which is honestly great. That's his character. That's who he is. He punches the problem. He punches it fast. And another thing is, like, we all love our Straw Hats. We do. I'm a big fan of how the crew is formed, but we gotta admit that the crew is formed mostly by chance, right? Like, after Luffy gets to where he goes, he chooses somebody and it's like, you should be in my crew. And, you know, most of the time they're like, yeah, for sure. Some of the times they're like, well, I'm actually a princess, I got a country to run, but like, cool seeing you, I'll see you in like 800 chapters. And like, that's nice, good for them. But most of the time, they kind of just fall in his lap, right? Like, I think the only person that he ever actually went out and searched out was Zoro, the first guy, and that's it, right? He goes to an island, Nami's there, joins the crew, betrays the crew, whatever. Goes to another island, Usopp's there, goes to a boat in the middle of nowhere for some food, there goes Sanji. Destroys a whole criminal organization. One of them's like, I was gonna kill myself, but I guess I'll join you because I honestly don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life. There goes Robin. Goes to get a shipwright. So he kind of looked for a shipwright, but also like Frankie kind of sat in their laps with no underwear on, which was kind of crazy. But either way, you get the point. Most of his crew was kind of just plopped in, joined because they were magnetized by Luffy's energy. But Teach, Blackbeard, our man, nah. He don't roll like that. He's not gonna he's not gonna wait for shit to jump in his lap, right? Except for his fruit, which he did wait for it to jump in his lap. But even then, it didn't jump in his lap. He killed somebody and went and got it, right? But we're done on that. When he wants a crew, he says, all right, I'm gonna take for the baddest motherfuckers I already know. Then I'm gonna hop into this prison, right? I'm gonna go all the way to the darkest, deepest, nastiest, grossest, most asbestos-filled, mold-covered floor. Right, where they keep the dirtiest of the dirt, the nasty of the nasty, but also the most powerful of the most powerful prisoners down here. And he's like, I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna unshackle all of y'all, I think, maybe. We'll see if he actually did that. And I want y'all to fight, right? I want all of y'all to fuck each other up. And the strongest of you, I'll let you come with me. And they're like, bet. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro. That's insane that this man said, I'm gonna go to the nastiest, dirtiest prison that there's ever been, and I'm gonna just take the strongest motherfuckers that are in there. Literally the epitome of going to the prison and see the biggest, baddest guy on the field and beat his ass. That's how you get power. And that's what he did. And that's ingenuity, right? Like, even with his devil fruit, even with his second devil fruit, he went out and he got it, right? He didn't wait for it to come to him. He didn't wait for a chance. He orchestrated a situation, went out and got what he wanted. Blackbeard. Mastermind. Plans it, Luffy don't plan shit. Two sides of the same coin.
Hey yo, editing Tick here. Just want to let you guys know I'm about to get into heavy spoilers to like the end of this series, so if you aren't fully caught up, probably just skip to the end of the video. Alright, see ya.
At the beginning, we didn't know, right, that Luffy was rocking the Sun God fruit, but like, so it wasn't very like clear they were supposed to be polar opposites. Like, it was clear that they were supposed to be antagonistic towards each other. Obviously, Blackbeard is very gross and very bad, and Luffy is like, I'm pure. I'm not gonna be doing any of that evil shit. We didn't know, but now we know, right? We got Blackbeard over here with the Yami Yami no Mi, the Shadow fruit, the Darkness fruit, the fruit for darkness. You know, it sucks everything in. Yeah, like it's, you know, it's the fruit. It represents night, it represents shadow, it represents the absence of light, right? It's the opposite of being free for everybody else, right? And then you got Luffy over here with his Hito Hito no Mi, model sun god, mythical sun god Nika, whatever, bro. And he's got his sun god fruit, right? Which, you know, darkness, shadow, evil, sunlight, light, good. It makes sense. It's so beautifully encapsulating, right? And I love it. And it's also like, you hear a lot of stuff about how One Piece was meant to be much shorter, but then when Oda got like the go ahead from editors, or just like the knowledge in his mind, like he wouldn't be canceled, then he decided to start fleshing it out way more. But like, if we go on the timeline of like One Piece being mad shorter, a lot of this stuff probably would have been revealed right after Skypiea, and we meet Blackbeard right before Skypiea. So it's like, narratively, like, it fits so well, nice and juicy, and I love it, and I love Oda's writing, and I just think that Blackbeard should get a little more love for getting all this hate. And that's what I tried to do here today.
So yo, if you made it to the end of the video, I just wanted to say like thank you. This one took a lot of work because I don't know what I'm doing at all. So like doing all this editing and recording and being in front of the camera is really like wild for me. But if you liked it, like and subscribe. If you didn't, tell me why you did it in the comments. And yeah, none of this was really theory, it's kind of just me going over my thoughts, so like there's nothing really to dispute. But hey, thanks for watching. Alright, see you in the next one. I gotta go watch the One Piece live action, so wish me luck.